A quick bookcase tour of where I'm at so far. Many of you have seen this bookcase behind my chair, and I have my astronomy books all up here at the top. Then I have my astrology and moon books, a beautiful Anne Stokes, of course with a dragon. Down here I have Law of Attraction, intentions, different consciousness things and what you attract into your life. My chemistry book is hiding back there. And I have a book on physics, astronomy, and mathematics that has been waiting for, way too many decades. I really need to get it read. Here I have my UFO books, crop circles, some Star Wars, Jack snuck in there, Mandelas. I've read the majority of books in there. Then down here we have the mythology, folklore, I have Greek mythology, I have Celtic, Arthur, Stonehenge, a lot of books that I need to get to in there. Just got The Once and Future King again, because yes, that was another book I loaned out, stupid me, and never got back. Here is my reading cube, so I've been reading from Grimm's Fairy Tales, book that I've had since I was a kid, older than most of my viewers. So is The Kitten's Voyage. I have my Stuart McLean books, Canadian Pie, different fairy tale books and Aesop's Fables, Vinyl Cafe CDs, as well as the big Hans Holzer ghost book that I may be starting to read from in the next little while. Down here I've got my Time Life series, and over here I have my mysteries. Over here I have my Mysteries of Mind, Space, and Time, a collection that was going elsewhere and I lucked into getting. I have my Jules Verne box set and my H.G. Wells and some craft things there. Then over here under my table I have a lot of coloring books, different art books. Over here I have the complete Far Side. I love the comics in there. They were always great. Short, sweet, and guaranteed to give you a laugh. I have Van Helsing and I have Dragonology. So I still need to find some other homes for them, but for now, that will work. Over here, I have my Da Vinci rabbit hole books. Yes, I do have 2 copies of the Bible. It's a bit ironic. I was raised Roman Catholic, and until I started traveling down this Da Vinci road, wherever that's going to go, I never actually owned a Bible. So I've now picked up 3 of them at my local thrift store. It does always amaze me how often I see copies there. For the spiral, it's all over the place. It's ancient Egypt, it's Templars, it's the Cathars, the Gnostics. We have, again, the Bible, the Witch's Hammer, Dead Sea Scrolls. I have Von Daniken and others there, Holy Blood, Holy Grail, because there are different theories and references they use that all go back to the Bible, that to me all goes back to the Da Vinci Code. So I need to put together my list of what's there. I counted them last night. There's 82 books just between these 2 shelves. The nice thing is I've read well over 50 of them, so most of them will be a quick scan through again. Others will be a read front to back. Up in the top cube, I have my nature, environment, and climate books. I have books that I need to read and find homes for. So I have a couple of Lovecraft. I have my Aleister Crowley box set. I've read one book, but I still need to finish Moonchild and the others. I have a Carlos Castaneda back there. Dune. Dune, I know, is the big chunker, and a number of other books I want to get to. I think I put Dresden in there as well. Down here, I have all my Wheel of Time books. I finally brought them upstairs yesterday. A couple of massive books on Egypt I want to get through. This cube is kind of a mishmash. I have philosophy. I have Nietzsche, who's been waiting for at least 3 years now. It's a collection of 3 of his books. I have Sherlock Holmes that I was hoping to get through last year in March Mystery Madness. I have the Iliad and the Odyssey, which will be a reread at some point. How Woke One, which is an excellent read, by the way, by Joanne Williams. Eat, Pray, Love, which I haven't got to, and a book on anthropology. So that's those cubes. There's still some work to be done there. I finally got all my cookbooks together, and when I have library books, this is where they go so they don't get mixed in with my other books. That's the living room. On to the workroom. If you've seen some of my other videos, you've seen this bookcase along the wall. This is a very special and unique bookcase because it was made by one of my former students when I worked at a vocational school, and she was so excited to know that I bought it. So it's a lovely memory of so many things, of her and the school. So along here I have all my animal guidebooks, Law of Attraction, more Law of Attraction, just kind of quick looking. I have some Edgar Cayce, Nostradamus, so a bit of a variety up there, and some books about psychics, and Jane Roberts, who channeled Seth. Down here I have my tarot books, 2 of my tarot decks. 2 more decks are in this box. More books on tarot, books on writing, and a dictionary, because there are a lot of words I still don't know. Down here I have all my energy healing systems, so Reiki, I have yoga, I have a couple of books on arthritis specifically, I have a crystal Reiki, I have a Qigong that I need to read. That's been waiting for a couple of years. Ayurveda, Tibetan medicine, essential Reiki, Chinese medicine, anatomy. So a whole variety of specific health and healing books there. And things I need to get organized. Yes, Noah, this is the pile of books that will be in the Chop and Slash video coming up soon. So the big cubes here, I have all my Julia Cameron book, my big book from AA that I have yet to read, and a couple of other 12-step books. One that I've mentioned before was a gift from a former client. Yes, I have dragons and a big blue crystal ball. The next is mostly parables, so I have Celestine Prophecy, Paulo Coelho's books. I've put my Mitch albums in there as well. I know they're fiction, but they seem to tie in with it. A couple of crystals I picked up a number of years ago, and I just put them on candle holders. Here I have a variety of books that relate to archetypes, your thoughts, changing your life. I've got Stephen Covey, which was the big name eons ago. I have Think and Grow Rich which is funny if you've looked anything up about Napoleon Hill. Apparently he was quite a con, and obviously effective because his books still sell. Here I've got various books on witches, witchcraft, empaths, emotional vampires. Earth Wisdom is about gardening and living in harmony with nature. I have Shirley MacLaine's Saging While Aging, so a lot of books about thought. The next one, a lot of books about thought, spiritual systems. Below that, I have a bunch of my binders that I'll be using a lot more this year as I get busy and getting my notes together. So I've got ancient studies, healing notes, so that will be everything about Reiki, crystals, Qigong, animal guides, so any work that I do along with my personal guides that I've been working with for quite some time. I'll have to take a look at that one because I didn't label it. That may be my Reiki manuals. Organized Now, so I need to get through that. My tarot studies, because I've gone through the deck a few times and continue to learn new things. I have several different decks. And the last one here is presentations. So seminars and things I put together throughout my work career and facilitated programs on. Here I've got Dan Millman, Martha Beck, Louise Hay, Gary Zukov, so a lot of consciousness, thought, and Claude Bristol's Hiding Behind My Angel. This is another work by Anne Stokes. She does the most amazing artwork. It's incredible. That's why I miss having a Green Earth store here, because you can't just go in and browse her pieces anymore. Here is a bit of a mishmash at the moment. Of course, more dragons, Harry Potter books, as in talking about the series, some spellcraft books, so by Scott Cunningham, as in making crafts, not doing spells. I have books on angels, wizards, labyrinths, different spiritual paths. Book on Karen Ann Quinlan. Some people sadly may not know her name. It was a big case decades ago and about right to life. And of course, the Green Man Who Watches Over the Yard and so many other things. This shelf I still need to finish. In the back is a lot of my Celtic books, as in Celtic Myths, Celtic Work, Path of Druid is a self-study course. I have a psychic workbook, a 12-week psychic pathway book, because there's always something to gain from working through different exercises and activities. And no, my goal isn't to be psychic, it's to be mindful and aware. An archaeology book, Hidden Stonehenge, that I really should get around to reading, and I believe that's a Canadian author. A few other self-studies, so the 3-Minute Positivity and 369 Law of Attraction. I've talked about those before. Bermuda Triangle, Charles Berlitz. That will be a reread. Down here, I have all my crystal chakra books and numerology. Languages, so French, sadly Hungarian, because I need to relearn my first language, since my family who spoke it have passed and everyone else around are English speakers. I need to actually relearn my first language. And Gaelic, which I thought would just be fun and interesting. Some more binders, so the timelines, paranormal, and all the people's names that have come up in books. And that list is getting huge, and I'm going to need another binder. Here are some of my ancient civilization books, so Aztecs and Maya, Native Americans, Machu Picchu, so many other different countries, and Atlantis. So a lot to look into there. My illustrated Da Vinci that will be moving. All my Greencraft books, so Anne Moora, some other Scott Cunningham. I think my Starhawk are up on the shelves, but I have quite a few in there. And someday I'll show that basket. And then I just have my files, A to Z, on the books, the authors, series. Have to get those updated. My desk cloth. These two baskets are filled with journals I need to get using and figure out. So I've got to work through that. Then just a bunch of craft supplies that I need to sort through. I have all my ghost books between these two shelves down here. Paranormal investigators. Up here I have, this is pretty much my vampires, some books on alchemy, so dream alchemy, rhythm alchemy, and I really like this one, The Philosopher's Stone, ties in with numbers. Over here, in an effort to keep my pens from disappearing in the house, I've put them all in a basket. Hopefully it's tiki-proof, we'll see. Some large paper because I'm going to do some different mind webs and organizing. Have the silver wheel, some work with dreams, and then a couple of fictional series in the back, George Newry, and my encyclopedias on vampires and mythical creatures. And then finally, my almost found it desk. So this basket is all the big projects I have coming up this year, the Bible study, Course in Miracles, Artist Way that I'll be starting in a few days, Positive Energy that I started, the big pagan project, so A Witch Alone, which is 13 months, and then some shadow work as well, which no is not dark work, but I'll explain that in other videos. Have to get this all figured out, another basket with pens. My symbol books, which will be big when I'm going through my Da Vinci spiral. More binders. This is all my books, the master lists, and other data that I keep. The binder beside it is my draft book notes. I really need to make more use of that because my notes are all over the place. A binder that's set up for my studies, so I need to get that more organized as I start moving through this year. Idiot's Guides, I love the names of it, it just makes me laugh. Managing Your Time, Speed Reading, then some more personal work, The Inner Me, another notebook, so things like paranormal and other things. It's a nice big notebook I can do quick jot notes in. Caves of the Sun is a book that I need to get some notes done on. I have my Organize Now and Book of Shadows. Those are two books that will help in terms of setting up files and getting organized. And at the bottom, I have Star Magic by Sandra Kynes. And I want to get into that because that, of course, connects in with my interest in astronomy. My massive pile of papers and planner that I need to go through, get organized. And what I'll be doing with my master list is highlighting books that, one, pertain to Da Vinci, highlighting books that pertain to all the different studies, and then probably condense that into just those specific lists so that I can start keeping track of what I get read. And I have this accordion file that I need to get organized and decide what notes I'm going to keep in there. And then all my supplies, so empty duotangs. I have a binder because there's a color course that I need to get finished. And then I have some transparencies because they're handy for different projects and doing things. Still need to get those containers figured out. And then I've got my fancy paper that I showed in a video a while ago. And yes, more journals that I need to figure out what I'm going to use them for. So that's been a quick tour of what I've been up to it's been the last month and a half, but really a lot of this just flowed nice over the last few days. Let me know, how do you organize your books? I know a lot of people have them in alphabetical order, but honestly, with all the subjects and projects and things I have on the go, that just wouldn't work for me. I'll keep you posted on how things go because, as always, my shelves are constantly a work in progress as I try and figure out what books connect with what and where I should put them. Until next time, hope you can easily find your own books and take good care.